Hello, and welcome back to the Cracking FAANG YouTube channel. Today we're going to be solving Leetcode problem 139, word break. Given a string S and a dictionary of strings word dict, return true if S can be segmented into a space-separated sequence of one or more dictionary words. Note that the same word in the dictionary may be reused multiple times in the segmentation. Let's look at some examples. So, if we have this input here, and let me just change my pen color so you can see, we have input equals Leetcode, and our word dictionary is Leet and code. Can we split this? Yes, because you can see that we can first split on Leet, and then we can split on code, and therefore, we'll have reached the end of the string if we do those two splits, so therefore we can return true. Makes sense. What about apple, pen, apple? Can we split this using our word dictionary? Well, we see that we have apple, and we can split the first here on apple. So then we have the word pineapple. Can we split pineapple using the words here? Okay, can we split this with apple? No, but we can split it with pen. So therefore we split, and we're left with, apple. And then at this point, can we split this using the words in our dictionary? Yes, because we have apple. So therefore, we would reach an empty string, which means that, we were able to split this completely using the words. So that one is true as well. What about cats and dog? And the word dictionary is cats, dog, sand, and cat. Well, let's try all the options. So we have cats, so that means that we can split here on the cats. So that means that we have, and dog. Oops, there's no double D here. It's just and dog. Okay, now let's try to split again. Well, we can't split on cats, obviously. We can't split on dog, because it doesn't start with dog. We can't split on sand. Can we do and? Yes, we can. So we'll try to split on and here, and we'll be left with OG. And, we can see that there's no OG in our word dictionary here, so that was not a valid split. Using cats was not valid. Okay, let's go back. Can we split on dog? No, because the word doesn't start with dog. Can we split with sand? No. And no. What about cat? Well, we can split on cat. Let's see what happens. Then we have sand, dog. Okay, cool. Well, can we split this using cats? No, it doesn't start with cats. Can we split this with dog? Doesn't start with dog. Sand. Can we split on sand? Yes, we can. So let's split that. And we'll say, okay, we have OG again. And remember from here earlier, we couldn't split on OG because there's no OG in here, which means that, this is not a valid split. So again, splitting on cat doesn't work. Okay, so what if we don't split on, sand? What if we try and now? No, that doesn't work. Cat, that doesn't work. Okay, so splitting here on cat didn't work. Then, we can try, actually that's the last one in the string. So this one we were not able to split. We were close, but remember, we have to get through the entire string and basically be left with an empty string after processing in order for it to be valid. So this one is false, which is what we expect. Okay, cool. So the examples make sense intuitively, right? You can figure out how it works, but writing the code for this is actually a little complex. So let's take a step back and think about how we can derive this problem and look at how we solve the problem, with the examples of just writing it out and actually put that into some code. So let's do that now. Okay. So we read the question prompt, we went over the examples, and it makes sense intuitively how they get the answer. But how are we going to put this into code? Because that's really what matters here. Well, let's think about what we did. We had our string here, and we went over every word in the word dictionary, and we checked whether or not the current string starts with that word, right? So, we had our string here, and, we had leet, which it starts with. We can see that it starts with leet. So then we had to process code. But then we also need to process this string for whether or not it starts with anything else in our word dictionary. So we can think of it as like we have to process basically all the possible splits at all the possible times, and then continue from the ones that work and then stop the ones that don't work. So it's almost like we're doing some sort of like traversal here. And if you think about it, this is actually going to be a breadth first search. And the reason for that is, we'll get to it in a second. So basically, we have Leetcode, and, we split on Leet, but now we have to try all the other options. So we're going to try code as well, but that doesn't work. So there actually is no other option here. So now we have code. And again, what we need to do is we need to try to split based on the words available to us. So we're going to try every single possible option, and we're going to say, okay, does it start with leet? No. Does it start with code? Yes, it does. So that means that we can split this and basically cut it from code onwards, right? So this is going to end up with an empty string, and this is actually our criteria for finishing. If we can ever get from our original string down to an empty string, we're done. And that's essentially the process that we want to do. And, this case is quite simple in that, there's only 2 words and it actually works out quite nicely. But what if we had a lot of words, kind of like the cats and dogs example we saw earlier, where, you can get into an intermediate stage and then you have some duplicate. Remember, at one point we had calculated that OG didn't work, and then later on we got to OG as well. We don't want to be recalculating this. We want some sort of data structure to maintain whether or not we've been at a certain point before, because if we have, then we don't need to recompute it. We can simply say that, okay, we've been there, we don't need to recompute this because we know it doesn't work. So what we need is actually going to be some sort of like visited set, where the visited set is going to maintain all the words that we visited after splitting or before splitting. And if we ever get to that again by some other combination of word splits, then we know, okay, well, if it's in here, then we've already tried it and clearly it didn't work, so don't bother doing it again because you're just going to waste processing time. So the way that we want to do this is actually going to be to, use a queue here, and we're going to initialize the queue originally with our, string Leetcode. And what we're going to do is we're first going to check whether or not our string is in the visited set. So we can consider this to be like visited. So we'll call it V. And originally it's going to be empty. So therefore we haven't seen any words yet. So we can continue with our processing. If we have seen it, then we can just skip over this word and don't process it because we already know it doesn't work. Then what we're going to do is we're going to check if our current string is an empty string, because remember, that's going to be the case when we've actually been able to split it entirely, and we can assume that we're done at that point. So we can check, is our string empty here? No, it's not. Obviously, it's Leetcode, so that means that we have to keep processing. So at this point, we can add Leetcode to our scene string because now we are going to see it and we're going to process it. So we add Leetcode to our visited set, and okay, now we can proceed. Now we're going to try to split every possible split we can and add that back into our queue for further processing, right? So if we think of the queue now, it's empty. Previously it had Leetcode in it. So we'll say this is going to be equal to our queue. And now we're going to try every possible split. So can we split on leet? Yes, we can. So if we split on leet, that means that code will be left over. So we're going to add the word code into our queue for further processing. Right? And then we try all the other words in the word dictionary. So can this word be split? So can Leetcode be split on code? No, it can't, because remember, splitting it means you split from the front, not, literally is there a code in that string. You have to split from the front and then split segments like that. So code can't be split out of Leetcode because it doesn't start with the word code. Cool. So now we continue, and we pop this element from our queue because that's the next level of iteration. So we can pop it from our queue, and now we're working with code, right? So again, we want to check whether or not we've seen code before. So we're going to look into our visited set and see that code isn't in here. And code is not an empty string, which means that obviously we haven't finished processing yet. So at this point, we can add code to our visited set, and we can now start processing code. So again, we're going to be working with code here. So this word code. And we're going to try to split on all the available words in the word dictionary. So we're going to try leet. Okay, does the string code start with leet? No, it doesn't. Does it start with code? Yes, it does. Cool. So that means that, now we can add a new element to our queue for processing. So we're going to split everything after code, which in this case is going to be an empty string, hint, hint. And sorry, this looks like it's a white space actually, so it should just be an empty string, no white space. Okay, and then, we've gone through all the words in our word dictionary. Now we can process the next level of the queue. So the first thing that we do is check whether or not the current word that we're working with, this empty string, is, so we pop it from the queue, and now we're working with, empty string. Is it in our scene dictionary or scene set? No, it's not. So that means that we have to process it. Then we check, is this actually an empty string? Which it is, which means that we were able to split this entirely, which means that we're actually done and we should return true. You know, if we got through the entirety of the processing and our queue, you know, ran out of elements and we didn't have anything more to process and we hadn't returned true from within our queue processing, then at that point we know that it's impossible to make the splits and we should simply return false. So hopefully that made sense. If it didn't, we're going to go over to the code editor and we're going to see how this works. And once you see it, I think it's going to be a lot clearer. But basically we're going to be following the algorithm that we just established here. And we're going to come to our solution. But, you know, once you see the code, it's really simple. You can work through it line by line. You can see how it works, and you should be able to catch on quite quick, because this question isn't really that complicated. Although, like, if you've never seen it before and you don't understand the solution, it may be a little bit tricky, but you know, you'll see the solution in a second and it should hopefully click for you. So let's go over to the code editor and write this code. Welcome back. We're now in the code editor and we need to write the code. So remember that the data structure that we're going to use to do our processing here is going to be a queue. So this is going to keep track of the strings that we need to process and try to split on in hopes of finding that, you know, empty string, which means that we got to the end and we are done, you know, with our code. So let's define that. So we're going to say queue is going to be collections.dec, and we're going to initialize it with the starting string s. Now what we need to do, remember, we need to keep a visited set to tell us which strings we've already seen, so that way we don't get caught in some sort of infinite cycle or accidentally reprocess things, and that could add a lot of computation to our solution here. So we're going to say visited is just going to be visited, apparently I can't spell today, is just going to be an empty set. Now we need to process the queue while it has some things to process. So we're going to say while queue, we're going to say, okay, the current word that we're working with is going to be whatever's at the front of the queue. So we're going to say word equals queue, what's going on with my keyboard? Queue.popLeft. And now what we need to do is, okay, let's check whether or not we've seen this word before. If we have, then that means that we can simply ignore it and continue. So we're going to say if word in visited, we're simply going to continue. We don't want to process it because we've already processed it, and that means that we determine that we can't actually break using that string. So we're just going to skip over it. Otherwise, what we need to do now is check if not word. So basically, if this word is, you know, an empty string, that means that we got to the end of our break and we're done. We don't need to go any further. We have a valid solution. So we can simply return true in this case. Otherwise, what we need to do is do the processing. So we need to add our word to the visited set, because now we're going to visit it and process it. So we're going to say visited.addWord. And now what we need to do is we need to take each of the words in the word dictionary and see if our current word starts with that word, and if it does, then we can split the word and essentially, you know, continue from there. So we're going to say for start word in word dictionary, we're going to say if word dot starts with I think it starts with, yeah, one word, start word. So basically, if the current word starts with that, so for example, if we had like Leetcode and we were working with the word Leet, obviously Leetcode starts with Leetcode, so we can make the split on Leet. And, you know, we would then have to process code to see if we can split on that. So if we can split on this, then we want to append to the queue the split there, right? So we're going to say word, taking the length of start word onwards, right? So that's how we're going to split the actual, you know, word to give us, you know, whatever we have to process. And this is going to continue until we reach a point where, you know, we found a valid answer, which is where, you know, the word in the queue actually is empty, which means that we are able to split using all the words in word dict to get to our solution. Otherwise, we will exhaust all the options and our queue is going to be empty. And at this point, all we need to do is simply return false, because there is no possible answer here. So we just return false at the end, and that's all we need to do. So let's submit this, double check that it works. And it does. Cool. All right. Nice. Okay. So we wrote the code. Now it's time to think about the time and space complexity for this algorithm. And this one is a little bit tricky, although we can easily figure it out. So within our queue, what are we doing? we are going over every single word in the word dictionary. So obviously iterating over every single element in a word dictionary, or I guess in a list in this case, is going to take big O of n time, right? So we have big O of n for iterating over every word in word dictionary. Now what do? Well, we have this word.starts_with, which is also going to be a big O of n operation, because in the worst case, let's see if we had the word Leetcode and we wanted to know whether the string Leetcode starts with, you know, the string Leetcode, which means that we would have to go from beginning to end to see that it does. So this portion here is also going to be a big O of n operation. Cool. So that's big O of n. And then within that, we could potentially have to split. Remember that string splitting, you know, is also going to be a big O of n operation. So if we wanted to take the string, you know, Leetcode and, you know, split everything but the first letter and end up with like eat code, then this would be a big O of n minus 1 operation. But asymptotically, this is just going to be big O of n, because we have to, you know, parse out all those elements. And that's going to take big O of n minus 1 time, because obviously we're not taking that first one. So we can count that as like big O of n, which means that, you know, for every iteration of our queue here, we're doing potentially big O of n cubed work. And unfortunately, this is the best that we can do. There might be a dynamic programming solution which can get it down to big O of n squared, but I don't do dynamic programming. I fucking hate that stuff. It is absolute garbage. I don't touch dynamic programming. Sorry if that's the solution you were working with, but I don't do that shit. It's just, yeah, dynamic program. It's just a shit show. So yeah, we won't be doing the dynamic programming solution. I'm just going to be using, this is the simple breadth first search solution. And I apologize for the absolutely horribly loud ambulance outside. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, the space complexity here, we do have a queue to basically store our elements, and we also have a visited set. So these are going to be big O of n allocations, because obviously using a queue is going to depend on, you know, the size of our string here, as to how many things get added to it. So our time complexity is going to be big O of n cubed, and our space complexity is going to be big O of n, and that's going to be the solution for this problem using it the BFS way, which is definitely going to be good enough for any interviewer. If they want the dynamic programming solution and they don't accept this one, chances are your interviewer is probably an asshole and just wants you to fail the interview anyway, because not accepting this, this is a perfectly valid solution. And again, if they want the dynamic programming one, I mean, you failed the interview before you even showed up. They just decided. So, rant over. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. If there's any videos you'd like me to make, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd be happy to make them for you guys. Just let me know what topics you want me to cover, except dynamic programming, obviously. Haha. And I'll be happy to do that for you guys. Just let me know what you want to see. Otherwise, happy elite coding and have a nice day. Bye.